Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Sacrifice for Sale. So dear viewers, this particular video game releases on the 5th of this month, and I know exactly what you're thinking, dear viewers. OCG, you oh so talented chap, who likes to occasionally dress up as a cultist and sacrifice his stuffed toys to the eldritch god Cthulhu. What the hell is this game? And I'm so glad that you asked, dear viewer. Pull your zipper up, dear viewer. That's better. Sacrifice for Sale is one of those gosh-damned visual novel video games in which you play as a salesman who attempts to convince some cultists not to sacrifice him. Of course, this being a visual novel, there's a lot more to it than that. And through various playthroughs, I say various, I mean a lot of bloody playthroughs, you'll find different twists and turns, 15 different endings for this bloody video game, with an average playthrough taking you about 30 minutes to finish because of the many choices you have to uncover in this game, not to mention the 15 different endings I mentioned before. This will take a considerable amount of hours to 100%, if you have the patience for that, of course. Now, I do consider myself to be a rather casual fan of visual novels, especially ones like this, which maybe don't have the biggest budget in the world, are mostly told with those static drawing type thingamajigs, a distinct lack of animations, full frontal nudity, and even voice acting. And honestly, game developers, would it really kill you to get a couple of voice actors in to provide dialogue for this game? Why must we always be burdened with the most boring task of reading all the bloody dialogue? Especially those goddamn streamers who insist on reading every single bit of dialogue themselves. I don't want to listen to some random streamer with their boobs out reading the dialogue aloud. That's what voice actors are for. Overall, I did find the story to be rather quirky, unique, but mostly quirky, occasionally humorous. But going through this game time after time, trying to remember the decisions I made before, trying to remember what dialogue choice led me to a different dialogue choice so I could pick something different and hopefully progress on and get a different ending for the game. It was just totally exhausting after a while. And it's not like I was that gripped by the story. Gripped is probably the wrong word. I was more occasionally going, oh, and ha ha, and oh, and ha 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 to the story. This isn't Shakespeare. It's not pretending to be Shakespeare. I have played far superior visual novels than this. I'm looking at you, Doki Doki Literature Club, or something like Steins Gate, or Root Letter, or something like that. But if you want to waste a few hours trying to 100% this game, getting all the different endings, seeing all the different dialogue options, and you aren't too offended by the fact that the game features neither full frontal nudity nor voice acting, then maybe Sacrifice for Sale might be the game for you. But for me, dear viewers, in my humble opinion, if I had to sum it up in one word, I would describe this game as... And yes, that is a real word. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another review by yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed. with gaming.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.